Hello, everyone. Hello. I am your show host, Julie Hedges, and welcome to a very special, very Christmassy edition of the Tarot Journey, only on Star Nations Radio Network. This is one that many of you might have thought, why didn't I know about this? Why didn't I see anything about this? Well, I have to be very honest with all of you that I didn't know. I didn't know that there was going to be a special broadcast. Hi, Neshi. Thank you for being here today. Hi, Rochelle. Neshi is on today. Thank you. Rob is in the house. I appreciate everyone taking some time out of your busy day. Ellen, yes, you must have meant to be here. Just happened to take you to Facebook. So thank you for joining me for a very special edition of the Tarot Journey today. It's Christmas time. It's Yule, it's Hanukkah, it's Kwanzaa. It's the season of light. It's the winter solstice. And as I was starting my morning, I was just in bed. My eyes were open. The sun was dancing through the window, and I was thinking, I don't have to do anything today. Maybe go to my folks' house, but I don't have to do anything. And then Spirit said, well, you didn't quite get finished with everything you wanted to talk about in the Tarot Journey show at my regular scheduled program. So why not try to do a Christmas special? So that's what today is. And it's going to be short and sweet, just a half an hour show. So thank you for coming on out. And if you wouldn't mind to share it to the Star Nations radio page, the Star Nations magazine, radio, publishing page, the public page, I would so appreciate that. And anyone else who wants to join in the Christmas cheer today can come along. So welcome to the special edition of the Tarot Journey with songs and stories and the Sacred Tarot, of course. And Rochelle is saying, love your little bulldog. Yes, I'm going to put up a picture of the newest member of the Hedges family. Right here you can see his little sleepy face. This is Gus Gus. Gus Gus. Gus Gus Hedges, yes, very Disney character, belongs to my middle brother. They just got a brand new edition, and I got to hold him last night. Here's a picture of me holding him, little Gus Gus. He was so snuggly, and I swear to you, there is only one thing in the world, I believe, that is so sweetly intoxicating, and that is the smell of puppy breath. So I got lots of puppy kisses last night, as you can see from the picture, and then you can see his cutie little face there. Cutie little face. Gus Gus, love it. Yes, and yes, definitely named after the Disney character, because my sister-in-law, Samantha, is a travel agent, and she loves Disney. It's not Christmas without Vince Guaraldi playing. Yes, Christmas Time is Here is one of my favorite ones. I had that on yesterday as I was wrapping presents for the kiddos. And then we all got to meet the best present of all, I think, is little Gus Gus. Little Gus Gus. Oh, thank you, Neshi. Loved and shared. I appreciate that. So thank you for tuning in today. I know this is a busy day for a lot of you. There are family fun festivities, there's food, there's all kinds of frolicking and things going on. So just taking a quick moment out of your day, I appreciate it, and I hope you will be blessed. As we always do on the Tarot Journey, I want to set sacred space. And thank you, Ellen. Setting sacred space, and I want to do it to cover us in sacred sound today. And this is a special prayer. It's a prayer in Gurmukhi. And it's called the Manglala Charan. And I'm going to hopefully spell that right. Let's see here in the chat. Did I get that right? Mangala Charan. Here you go. And that literally means happy feet. Literally means happy feet. But this is a special prayer that if you are familiar with Kundalini Yoga, you have heard it before. Maybe you have chanted it before. But basically the Mangala Charan, which means happy feet, is a prayer to clarify the mind, to create sacred space of the mind. And there are 4 stanzas to this, 4 stanzas. And each of the stanzas, imagine with me, if you would, a pillar of white light to your right, in front of you, to your left, and behind you. So I know I'm kind of backwards on the screen here, but on your right, and then in front of you and to your left and behind you, these 4 pillars of white light, protective light. And they protect the mind and the spirit and the body, but they also help you move through obstacles and move through challenges. So that's how I want to set some sacred space today before we get into the tarot journey, because yes, I do have my cards with me. We're going to get into some cards as we go on the tarot journey. But if you would imagine the pillars of white light surrounding you, and then surrounding your family and your home, and then surrounding the whole world, because I'm going to do this 3 times, these 4 pillars. So the Manglala Charan. And if you just pray and imagine with me. Aryare Name Jagadyare Name Sadgare Name Siri Gurudev Name Adgare Name Jagadyare Name Sadgare Name Siri Gurudev Name Aryare Name Jagadyare Name Sadgare Name Siri Gurudev Name. And imagine those pillars strong and tall surrounding you and your family and home, the whole world. Welcome, Meg. Meg is listening in and cooking dinner. Thank you. Thank you for being here today. This is a special edition of the Tarot Journey. I didn't get to finish all the things that I wanted to do in my regular broadcast, and so I wanted to open it up for songs and stories, and of course the Sacred Tarot. So I do have my cards with me. We can get to some cards a little bit later, but I wanted to come on for a very special time with you. Just a few minutes to take time out of your afternoon. One thing I did want to talk about is the idea of the three kings, the three kings, we three kings of Orient are, bearing gifts we travel afar. A few years ago, I wrote a little book for my friends. Let me see if I can put that up. I wrote a little book. It's called Blessings of Spirit. I wrote it. This was long before I was a published author. I was doing articles for Star Nations magazine, but I wrote this little book for my friends for a Christmas gift. And it's called Blessings of Spirit. And I love this cover. This cover is borrowed off of fineartamerica.com. So the artist is cited in my little booklet because I believe in that. But I wrote a little section, and it's Blessings of Spirit and just little vignettes. And I have Blessing of the East, Blessing of the South, Blessing of the West, Blessing of the North, Blessing of the Sun, Blessing of Heaven, and Blessing of Earth. So 7 different blessings for the 7 different directions. That's how I wrote this little booklet. But I wanted to read the little section, Blessing of the East, following yonder star, because the 3 wise men of the Christmas story that we know, they followed the star in the east, the Christmas star, the Star of Bethlehem. And someday we are going to do a show on Star Nations about the astrology of the Bible, which there's a lot of that in there. But I'm going to just read this little bit about the Magi who followed yonder star. The Magi of Persia spoke the language of the stars. They were the priest kings and astronomers who followed the path of the heavens. They looked to the star in the east to find a great blessing for the world. Some scholars believe that the star of the east was actually an alignment of the planets Jupiter and Saturn within the zodiac sign of Aries during April of 6 BC. Astrotheologists Jordan Maxwell and Santos Bonacci assert that the Jovian planet was the conqueror of the old god Aries. So Jupiter, the Jovian planet, was the conqueror of the old god of Saturn. And you can learn a little bit more about Saturn if you go back and listen to my broadcast with Neshi that we did last month, early in the month in November, when we talked about Saturn going through Sagittarius. So you can go back and review that. As astrologers, these magi of the biblical story understood the cosmic significance of such star. They offered gold, frankincense, and myrrh to another priest king, the one called the Light of the World. He was known as Jesus the Christ. There is deep magic and wisdom within these special gifts. Each substance is powerful for healing and spiritual awakening. So gold is a master conductor of healing and transmits sun energy. And we are all right now, just as an aside, we are all underneath the auspices of sun energy, as we are under the auspices of the North Node in Leo, Leo being the Sun King. Leo is ruled by the sun. So all of us have that sunny golden energy for a couple years that we are aspiring to, that is leading the way. So we are following that node of the moon as our spiritual pathway, our spiritual mission, so to speak. And then frankincense oil guides one to the realms of spirit. And myrrh is a purifying oil of anointing. into a new dispensation of spiritual service. So during this season, may you be blessed by following your own sacred star. So the significance of those three substances, gold, frankincense, and myrrh, was an offering of the sun, this overlighting, illuminating energy. And frankincense is a holy incense, a holy fragrance that really ushers one into higher spiritual dimensions. And of course, myrrh is an anointing of new spiritual service. I love that. To get me a little drink there. And I think of them out on the open plain, crossing the desert on their camels. That's what we see, right? In stories and on Christmas cards, we see them out on their little camels on the desert and looking up this huge star. And that brings to mind one of my favorite Christmas songs that might not be very well known to a lot of folks. But I think it's soft and quiet and contemplative. And when I hear it and when I even sing it, I always think of the wise men as they are following this star across the desert, a long, long trip from home to their spiritual service. I wonder as I wander out under the sky, how Jesus the Savior did come for to die. For poor lonely people like you and like I wonder as I wander out under the sky. When Mary birthed Jesus, 'twas in a cow stall, with wise men and farmers and shepherds and all. Yet high in God's heaven a star's light did fall, and the promise of ages it then did recall. I wonder as I wander and I just think of them following the star to not only a new destination, but a new service, a new dimension of life. And however we think of that story, the Christmas story, the reason that we come together to celebrate the season of light, it is about a new dispensation of spiritual service for all of us. Let me check the time here. So as I want to keep to our time frame here. And we can all see the three wise men We can see him very well this time of year. The stars within Orion's belt, you know, that lovely constellation of Orion, we can see him very well this time of year. He comes out at night in the very top canopy of the night sky. You can see those three wonderful belt stars, and they are known as the three wise men. They are called Mintanka, Alnilam, and Altanak. Those are the three stars in Orion's belt. And in the actual zodiac, they are in the constellation of Orion, which we know, or as an aphorism, as they're called. Asterism, I'm sorry. But in the zodiac, they are located within the sign of Gemini. The first one, Mintaka, is 21 degrees of Gemini, Alnilam 22 degrees, and Altanak 23 degrees of Gemini. So if you have planets in your horoscope, in your own chart, that are within those degrees, you are overlighted by those three wise men as they are riding together through the night sky, especially this time of year when the sun is in the sign of Sagittarius and then moving into Capricorn as it is now. So we see the stars visible on the other side of the zodiac now. So it's a little bit about the wise men. And speaking of wise men, I'm going to show you a picture of this. This is a snowy owl. And I don't have a source for this photo. I'm sure I borrowed it from Google, let's say, this fine photographer. This is the snowy owl. This is the largest of the owls that visits. It comes down all the way to southern Indiana where I am. And there is an eruption, not an eruption, but an eruption. So all of these juveniles come down here to look for food because there are so many of them. They can't stay up in the Arctic where their normal home is. So they're coming down all the way into southern Indiana. And this is the furthest distance from their home territory that they come down to. And here locally, just about an hour north of me, there has been a sighting of this beautiful creature, the snowy owl. This one is a female. As you can see, her feathers are pretty mottled so she can stay hidden because they nest on the ground, actually. They have huge nests on the ground. Of course, they have to watch out for the Arctic foxes as they are raising their young. But there is a snowy owl that is down here. An owl I always associate with wisdom, and snowy owl is very special to me as one of my totems. And so after the broadcast this afternoon, in just a few minutes, my dad and I are going to go up and see if we can find this snowy owl. And also short-eared owls are coming down through here, through southern Indiana, and feeding at the twilight. So we're going to see if we can see some short-eared owls. Love, I'm a very, very amateur bird watcher, but it is something that I truly enjoy. So the last few minutes here, I want to get my cards out. And if anyone would like a message, if anyone would like a card, what I would like for this one to be, unless you have a particular question that you want me to draw a card, but I'm thinking that this round could be, what is in your spiritual toolbox? What is in your arsenal to enhance your own gifts, talents, and abilities as you are moving through your lessons and challenges of 2018. 2018 is going to be an 11 year. 11 is a spiritual building. It's a manifesting year. So to overcome any obstacles or challenges and to assist you in your lessons. What is in your spiritual toolbox? So let me just get us a group card. But if you would like a card drawn for you, please let me know there in the chat room. So our group card today, whether you're watching today or whether you are watching at a later date, this is your group card for everyone. And I'm just trying to get that in there. Here, we have the 6. I'm sorry here. Let me get it backed up. That's the 6 of Swords. The 6 of Swords is a mental discipline. The 6 of Swords, Swords energy is mental, sight, mind, intelligence, communication. So it's a mental discipline, and this is the card for all of us. It's a mental discipline of taking only what you need and leaving the rest. So that goes for all of us who are watching today, who are listening at a later date. You need to take only what you need for this lesson or this challenge or this duty that you have to perform at that time, and leaving the rest. So don't get bogged down by all the details. Don't over stimulate your mind with extra that you don't have to study at this particular moment. Don't take on any more things on your to-do list, right? Only for the task ahead of you, because I know we want to get all these things done. All right. Let's see here. We have Rob would like a card. What is going to be in your spiritual toolbox to enhance your gifts, talents, and abilities for your lessons and challenges of 2018? Here we go. You have, Rob, you have the 3 of Pentacles. The 3 of Pentacles, sharing resources, but specifically sharing your talents. So sharing the physical things that you can do, your physical talents, your resources, your capacity to move and build things, sharing with others. And so as you give, you do receive. So share and share alike. What calls to my mind right now is the story of the widow's mite. I remember that biblical story very well with the widow had only one little, not even a half a penny that she put into the tithing box at the tabernacle. And she just said, here's all I have. I'm giving it to God, so to speak. And then we have the Pharisee that was standing on top of the platform saying, "Oh, God, please take my $100 bill," or whatever it was in that kind of money, right? "Please take this for the poor, for the whatever," right? Just boasting about his ability to share with those less fortunate. And so the story is, God looks upon those offerings very differently. The one who is boasting about, all of this that I am sharing. Well, that's all of the blessing that person gets. But it's really the widow's mite that is the most heartfelt. So giving all that you have to give from the very deepest place. That's what that is about. Sonia. Hi, Sonia. I saw your comment about little Gus Gus. Isn't he the cutest little thing? And his puppy breath. It's so intoxicating. Sonia, what is part of your spiritual arsenal, your toolbox for 2018? Let's see here. Shuffling, 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 shuffling. Page of Swords. Page of Swords. Again, swords is mental energy. But what I'm feeling about this card for you, Sonia, is a helper. Somebody to help you be open to somebody helping you, giving advice, good advice, but little nuggets. So it's not even going to be coming as, well, I think you should do this, this, and this. But it might be like something you read in passing on the internet or in the newspaper, or overhearing a conversation that when it's funny, if we're in a restaurant, let's say, or maybe we're in the grocery store and we pass somebody and we hear 2 or 3 words of somebody else's conversation, it doesn't even pertain to us, but those 3 words are for you, are for me. I know it's happened many times. It's like there's a din of voices and rumblings, and then all of a sudden you pick out 3 words. Boom, that's the answer, or that's the magic, or that's something that you need. So be open to those little things, advice coming to you, little spiritual winks, God winks, so to speak, okay? Watch out for those. Be open to those. Ellen, what gifts of spirit can you focus on for 2018? Let's see here. Well, as I'm shuffling, I'm hearing sing. If you are a singer or not a singer, doesn't matter. You need to sing or hum. You need to get to the upper resonances of your register here. So when you sing, it comes from the diaphragm or your solar plexus up through your throat chakra to vibrate here. But when you hum or sing, it resonates right here. So it stimulates your third eye. When you sing or hum, it resonates in your sinuses, and you know you have sinus cavities here and right up here, and you actually have one in the middle of your head. I did not know that until last year when I had horrible sinus headaches, and it felt, and my doctor said, you have a sinus cavity that's right literally in the middle of your head. So perpendicular, right in the middle of your head. So when you sing or hum, it resonates there. That's what Spirit is telling me. And guess what? You have the 7 of Swords. 7 is a master number. It's a holy number. It's a number of completion. And Swords, again, that is mental energy, but you need to sing. You need to hum. You need to get that resonance going. All righty. Sonia. We got you, Sonia, didn't we? Did we get everybody? We got Rob. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Did I get everyone here? Oh, it doesn't matter, Ellen, if you have, she says she has a terrible voice. Doesn't matter. Hum. Hum. Let's see here. Okay, one more card for you. What gift is Dusty that need to find and be able to open? Okay, you have the Wheel of Fortune card here. The wheel, which I'm hearing, get out and travel. That's what's Dusty. You need to get out and explore. So does it mean you need to go to the far reaches, the far corners of the earth? I don't know. Do you need to go to China or Egypt or maybe to Australia, down under? Whatever that is, but get out and explore. It could even be your own backyard that you need to explore. Looking at it in a different and new way, following yonder star. Yeah. Oh, he is so adorable. Thanks. And you are quite welcome, Rob. Well, everyone, I want to thank you for joining me today on this special Tarot Journey broadcast. And I'm going to take us out with a prayer, a blessing. You will know the tune, but there are going to be some different words. But it's peace, wonderful peace. And as I pray this prayer, I want you to be bathed and knowing, may the peace that surpasses all human understanding be with each and every one of you. Shanti Om. Shanti Om. Shanti Om. Shanti Om. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti Om. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti Om. Shanti, Shanti Om. Shanti, Shanti Om.